is just about 1 p.m. Kenyan time on this Friday, the 21st of June. This is K24 Newscat, a comprehensive look at news making headlines across the country. My name is Michelle Ngele Oviambo. Here are the top stories this hour. Police in Nairobi under scrutiny following the fatal shooting of a protester on Thursday evening during Gen Z-led demonstrations opposing the proposed Finance Bill 2024. Human rights organizations say at least 200 individuals sustained injuries during Thursday's demonstrations in Nairobi, ranging from soft tissue injuries to tear gas inhalation. The National Environmental Management Authority, NEMA, threatens to shut down a local university and abattoirs in Kajiado County for non-compliance with environmental regulations. Good afternoon and welcome to the broadcast. In a tragic turn of events, a protester was fatally shot by police in Nairobi Thursday evening during the ongoing Gen Z-led demonstrations against the proposed Finance Bill 2024. The incident has sparked a widespread outrage and drawn significant attention to the aggressive police response to the protests, which have seen thousands of young Kenyans take to the streets to voice their opposition to the controversial legislation. The Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, has opened a probe into the fatal shooting of 29-year-old Rex Kanyike Masai. The death of Masai, who was among the demonstrators, has been linked to a plainclothes officer who was part of the security agents battling protesters in Nairobi's central business district. Meanwhile, Polytrack Africa has released its latest survey, dubbed the Presidency Truth Meter, conducted across 11 counties in Kenya from June 1st to 13th, 2024. The survey revealed that 75% of respondents were aware of differences within the presidency, with 66% believing these differences would affect the deputy president. Of those, 43% predicted a negative national impact, while 35% foresaw positive effects. On the subject of Mount Kenya region unity, 39% of respondents believed the region was already united. However, 33% expressed doubt about the deputy president's ability to unite the area, while 15% remained optimistic about his chances.
Now, looking to the findings of this report, 75% of respondents noted that they were aware of differences within the presidency, with 66% believing that these differences will affect the deputy president, and of those, 43% perceived that there would be a negative national impact, while 35% foresaw a positive effect of this stalemate within the presidency. On the subject of the Mount Kenya region unity, 39% of respondents believed that the Mount Kenya region is not divided and is united. However, 33% expressed doubt about the deputy president's ability to unite this Mount Kenya region. 15% remained optimistic that the deputy president could unite this region. 53% of the respondents in this study suggested that the rift, or rather the suggested rift between the presidency, would cause the UDA party to lose popularity within the Mount Kenya region.
The Senate Health Committee is urging the Kwale County government to plan for the procurement of managed equipment services following the expiration of those provided by the national government. Led by Uasin Gishu Senator Jackson Mandago, the committee also recommends the employment of more nurses and clinical officers at the Msambweni Referral Hospital to enhance service delivery. The hospital currently has 102 nurses, but more are needed across various departments, including pediatric, maternity, and the male and female wings. The committee has further commended the Kwale County government for its dedication to healthcare, assuring that Senate will ensure that over 90 million shillings remitted to NHIF by the county will be refunded before the Social Health Insurance Fund takes over.
Vifaa vyote vinatumiwa iko na wakati wa miaka 7 kutumika. Baada ya hiyo sasa zinakuwa decommissioned na equipment zingine zinakuja. Tunaona zile ambazo zimeletwa na serikali kuu kupitia hiyo mradi. Sasa miaka zake zimeisha na tunataka kuhimiza serikali ya county ama katuzi la Kwale. Sasa kama serikali pia hawa wafanye mpango ya managed equipment ambayo itakuwa inaendeshwa na serikali ya county ya Kwale. Hiyo itazuia mvutano ambaye inaweza kuwa baadhi ya serikali kuu na serikali ya county na pia baadhi ya serikali ya county ya Kwale na wale ambao supply hizo equipment. Kwa sababu tunahitaji wananchi waweze kupata huduma katika hospitali zetu kule nyanjani.
Kwa sababu kama bunge la Seneti tumepitisha ile fedha ambayo inakuja huku mashinani, nafikiri shilingi bilioni 400, tumeongeza nafikiri takriban bilioni 15, na ningeomba kwamba uongozi wa kaunti yetu ya Kwale iweze kuwekeza zaidi katika sekta hii ya afya ndio wananchi wetu tukufu wa Kwale.
Still on health, the Kambu residents registered for the Kambu County Universal Healthcare Cover, dubbed Wamatangi Care, have been receiving free treatment from government-accredited facilities after the program cascaded to Level 2 and Level 3 hospitals. Those registered to the program, which saw the county invest over 300 million shillings, now have access to inpatient and outpatient services at NHIF-accredited hospitals nationwide. In Kamunyu village in Gatundu North Sub-County, an emotional Elizabeth Wanjiku cradles her newborn son. A few months back, Wanjiku was worried about safely delivering her baby, a worry compounded by financial constraints.
Wakati nilienda pale Gatundu Hospital, nilisaidika na hii kadi ya Wamatangi na iliweza kunilipia pesa ambayo singeweza kulipa.
Mama ukienda kwa hospitali, hata kama umeenda clinic, kabla haujatibiwa mwambie kwanza anza kwa kuniweka kwa Wamatangi Care. Ile tunaita Kambu afya ama Wamatangi. Ukiwekwa, peana jina lako mama, useme jina, kitambulisho, namba yako ya simu.
Under the cover, in which the county has invested over 300 million shillings, residents will have access to inpatient and outpatient care services at NHIF-accredited hospitals nationwide.
Haijalishi kama uko na ugonjwa ule wa kukibia damu, ile inaitwa high blood pressure, kama uko na sukari, hata ukienda mwezi na kesho mwezi ingine na ile ingine uende mara 100, hakuna siku utalipa. Tuko pamoja jameni.
The program also includes enhanced coverage for beneficiaries, including treatment for chronic diseases like cancer, hypertension, and diabetes. After registering for the program, Wanjiku's premiums were covered, allowing her to benefit from comprehensive maternal care at no personal cost. At the onset, residents of Kambu were convinced the program was another political gimmick.
Isipokuwa ni hiyo kadi, sasa sijui ningekuwa wapi. Labda ningekuwa pale Gatundu bado nimedetainiwa juu ya kukosa kulipa pesa, lakini iliniondolea mzigo.
Haron Mbogwa, a resident of Gatitu sublocation, says he saw the program at play after his mother suffered from a severe ailment. Already a beneficiary of Wamatangi Care, the program covered the entire bill. Tragically, Mbogwa's mother did not survive, but the family was spared the additional financial burden of funeral expenses thanks to the Last Respect cover, which provided 100,000 shillings for the burial. By partnering with the National Hospital Insurance Fund, the county has so far enrolled 100,000 households, benefiting over 500,000 individuals. as Kenya's government embarks on an ambitious plan to roll out universal health coverage across the country.
Mtu mmoja kwa bahati mbaya akienda kwa hospitali alale, alafu akose kupona. Huyo kwanza analipiwa bill. Alafu familia wanapatiwa 1,100 cash ya kwenda kupumzisha mtu wao. Tuko mmoja jameni. Netonyitana. So sasa hiyo msikose. Unajua ikifika Disemba na nililipa hiyo pesa yote, ikifika Disemba na hiyo pesa haijatumika, wale watu wataniita. Waniambie sasa wewe muda ile tulisikilizana umekwisha, leta pesa ingine. Pesa ikwishe bure na nyinyi hamjatumia.
Meanwhile, environmental concerns are mounting in Kajiado County as the National Environmental Management Authority, NEMA, ramps up enforcement actions. Threatening closures, NEMA's Rapid Environment Response Unit has targeted Uma University and local abattoirs for non-compliance with environmental regulations. At Uma University, inspectors highlighted issues with the discharge plant accused of releasing raw effluent and omitting orders despite earlier warnings. Meanwhile, at the Isinya slaughterhouse and various estates in Kitengela, non-compliant waste management practices have drawn concerns. Additionally, NEMA has issued stern warnings on the resurgence of banned single-use plastic bags across Kajiado towns.
Here a week ago, following some complaints that there is effluent discharge from their effluent treatment plant. And we gave some conditions to be observed that that treatment plant should be looked into so that they stop any discharge to the environment. So today we are here with management of the estate, and we've gone through their effluent treatment plant, and of course they are not compliant. They are discharging untreated effluent into the environment. And that is our biggest issue. We've seen their effluent treatment plants, but according to us, we've not seen the records, but just the naked eye, we've seen the overflow on the untreated sewage into the environment.
In the aftermath of the Gen Z-led protests against the Finance Bill of 2024, our reporter Linda Koskei took the streets of Nairobi to establish the aftermath of the protests, even as more protests are planned next week. Let's take a look.
Well, good afternoon, and yes, the heart of Nairobi Central Business District yesterday was gripped with chaos and protests, which erupted due to the Finance Bill 2024, where we see the entire Nairobi, and as well as other counties joining the streets, coming to the streets to protest. And well, where I am right now is that this is one of the facilities that were affected due to the protests that happened yesterday. The protests that started very early in the morning with protesters voicing their discontent over the newly proposed finance bill, which started as a peaceful demonstration, quickly escalated, resulting in significant property damage. Reports indicate that numerous businesses, including local shops and major retail stores, were vandalized and vehicles were set ablaze, causing an estimated loss of millions. But well, the generation that really led this were the young generation, famously known as the Gen Z. It was actually very peaceful until late hours. From 6 p.m. till late, when the rest of the protesters had made their way out of the Nairobi Central Business District. So this is just one of the facilities affected, and there are many areas. We've seen also tires that had been burned yesterday at night right here in one of the roads here in Nairobi. So, but business is going on as usual. It's a beehive of activity here in Nairobi currently. So far, the information that we've gotten is that there is likelihood that on Tuesday there will be another protest as well as on Thursday. We'll be keen to know whether that will happen, and we'll be following that up. As of now, we can also listen to what other Kenyans are saying in regards to the passing of the second reading of the finance bill.
Hata mimi mwenyewe nilipigia rais kura. Lakini unajua for the second time coming 2027 itakuwa ngumu kwa sababu amejaribu kuforce vitu kwa Kenya, vitu ambavyo watu wataki. Unaona? So rais kama tu anatusikiza pale yako, si ndio? Ajaribu kusikiza kililio cha wananchi kwa sababu ndio walimpigia kura. So kama hizi taxes analeta mingi zinaumiza wa Kenya.
Wajaribu kubalance the economy. Juu mwananchi wa kawaida ndiye anaumia. Hiyo tu ndio naweza sema.
Na kwa wabunge wenye walipitisha hiyo finance bill jana?
Kwa wabunge pia mimi naweza sema tu though walipitisha, lakini kitu walifanya ni ati kuna vitu zenye walituchezea tu chini, but naweza tu ambia wajaribu tu, hata tukiwachagua wakwanga wakijua pia sisi ndio tumeandika kazi, unaona? So wajaribu tu to make sure at least as we elect them, whatever they promise, wanna deliver.
So those are just sentiments from Kenyans here in the Nairobi Central Business District. Back to you in studio.
Thanks. That report by Linda Koskei brings us to a break on news cut. When we come back, we keep up with the aftermath of those protests as human rights organizations raise concern over excessive use of force by security officials, with over 200 protesters injured in those protests. Do stay with us.